It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to December 19th of the year 2023 when the Nashville Predators were facing off on home ice, closing out the regular season series against the Vancouver Canucks. Head coach Andrew Brunette deployed his line combinations and defensive pairings in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist, Novak, Glass, and Evangelista. A little bit of a different look right there. Trenton, Sissons, and Parson, Smith, McCarron, and Tomasino, Sherwood, healthy scratch. McDonough and Yossi, Luzon and Carey, Barry and Shen, so Fabro also healthy scratch. UC Saros gets a start on home ice at Bridgestone Arena. We are just a minute and 35 seconds into the game, and UC Stars coming up with the first save of the game. It's on Roenick at 4:08 of the first period. It's to Smith coming with a save on Philip Forsberg. That's the first shot on goal for the Nashville Predators at 4:09 of the first period. It's Hoglander off the box, 2 minutes for slashing. To Smith comes up with a save on Yossi, and then Barry picks up a penalty, 2 minutes for interference. Perhaps a little bit of embellishment in the situation, but it leads to a 4-on-4 situation. That's when UC Saros on the power play after the 4-on-4 has to come up with a save on Miller, and then also comes up with another save on Pedersen. At 10:08 of the first period, it's UC Saros coming up with a save on Bosser. At 11:48 of the first period, UC Saros coming up with a save on Roenick. At the 12:59 mark of the first period, UC Saros back to work again, this time coming with a save on Bluger. And then at 16:38, Vancouver breaks through and Pedersen scores his 13th of the season, giving Canucks a 1-0 lead. It was a wrist shot snipe after he just left Barry in the dust in the neutral zone, got in, got plenty of time, and just an absolute sick release and just a snipe in this situation. 13th of the season for Pedersen, 4th against Nashville Predators this season. 1-0 in favor of Vancouver. But just seconds later at 17:09 of the first period, it's Amano, first goal of the season. Barry overskates the puck, which hit the side of the net. It bounces to the front of the net, right into the low slot area, and is set up perfectly. First goal of the season gives Vancouver a 2-goal lead at Bridgestone Arena in just a matter of seconds, and Barry heavily involved in both of those. At 17:17 of the first, UC Stars coming back to work, coming with a save on Roenick. At 19:45 of the first period, we find to Smith coming with a save on Tomasino's breakaway, but behind the play, things are getting a little bit wild. It officially blow the play at 19:47. That's where we'll assess the penalties. McCarron coming in late to respond. Luzon was involved with a clean hit earlier. Multiple Canucks players involved, but McCarron was the only one who dropped the glove, so he gets a 2 starting right there. He says some choice words to the referee, and then they were very choice. 10 minutes right there, and then followed with a game misconduct. I thought this was excessive, absolutely excessive at this point in the game. 19:47 of the first period, McCarron is done. 2:10 plus a game. So Vancouver back to the power play, but only 13 seconds to go in the period. So we'll hit the end of the first period with Vancouver out shooting Nashville 11-7, but leading the game 2-0 in a power play of 1:47 to start the second period. Saros comes with a save on Pedersen. The PK would be able to hold after that. 2:30 into the second period. It's to Smith coming up with a save on Tommy Novak at 3:02 at the second period. To Smith coming with a save on Barry at 4:28. To Smith, another save on Tomasino. The Nashville Predators finally getting their skates under them in this game at 5:36 of the second period. Saros coming with a save on Roenick at 8:46 of the second. Saros comes with a save on Bosser's deflection. Now the Vancouver Canucks getting some opportunities. 9:38 of the second period. Pedersen hitting the post at 10:47. Preds back on offense. Coming to Smith comes up with a big save on Cole Smith at 13:02 of the second period. It's to Smith coming up with a save on the captain Roman Josi. The Nashville Predators are going at it with the Vancouver Canucks. And at 14:23, that's where we find Luzon getting his 3rd goal of the season. He jumped into the rush after a big hit in the defensive zone by his defensive partner. That would be Alex Carrier. The rush is sprung, and Luzon jumps into it, receives the feed from Evangelista, and snipes. That wrist shot is truly a great one. Luzon's 3rd goal of the season gets the Nashville Predators on the board. Vancouver, though, still holds a 2-1 lead, but Vancouver is going to respond immediately. 14:38, so at 14:23, Luzon scores at 14:38. Hoglander scores his 10th goal of the season. It was a redirect of Hughes' long shot That gives Vancouver back their 2-goal lead immediately, 3-1 now in favor of the Canucks. But 15-24, it's Pius Suter's 5th goal of the season with some rebound jam that trickles over the line, giving Vancouver a 4-1 lead now in this game. Right here in the second period, the Nashville Predators definitely not having a good go here on the home rink. 17-11 of the second period, UC Stars coming out with a save on Hughes off of the rush. He turned on the Jets, and it was like he had a level beyond what anybody else on the rink could achieve. 18-42 of the second period, UC Stars coming with a save on Bosser. Again, we flip over to the back of the sheet to find it. 19:09 of the second period. It's the Nashville Predators picking up a bench minor. Too many men on the ice. No shots on goal for the Vancouver Canucks over the course of the rest of the period on the power play. So at the end of the second period, Vancouver's out shooting Nashville 21-18. It would be a carryover. So the Vancouver Canucks start the third period just like they started the second period. A carryover on the power play, this time of 109, and a save on Roenick for UC Saros would come at this moment. But right after the power play would expire for the Vancouver Canucks, 1:16 of the third period would be Bluger with his 4th goal of the season. It was another perfect Hughes setup, just an otherworldly defenseman and offensive defenseman out there. You can put his name up there with any of the greats of, I think, all time. The way he is panning out, it's only going to take a matter of having the number of games played by the end of this thing to see him up there with some of the greats. But Bluger's 4th goal of the season gives Vancouver a 5-1 lead. That's going to be it for UC Saros. He checks out of this one. Kevin Lankinen comes in, and Lankinen is going immediately to work. We are 2:34 into the third period. Lankinen comes up with a save on Pettersson at 4:54. Lankinen comes up with a save on Garland at the 5:46 mark. There's Kevin Lankinen again coming with another save on Pettersson at the 6:58 mark of the third period. It's Vancouver off the box picking up a bench minor. Too many men. No, not all. Not all of Vancouver is off to the box, though that would be a unique moment to see. The bench minor assessed to the Vancouver Canucks for too many men on the ice. Look, I got to find some sort of laugh in this thing. It would be DeSmith coming up with a save on O'Reilly. A quick whistle would frustrate the Nashville Predators during this power play. Other than this save on O'Reilly's jam attempt, the Preds not able to get a whole lot done in this situation. We hit the 9:35 mark of the third period. Lankinen comes up with a save on Bluger, and then at 10:45, the Preds still out there generating scoring opportunities, still giving it a go. DeSmith comes up with a save on McDonough, plus the follow-up by Luke Shen, 2 defensemen joining together for a scoring opportunity. At the 12:28 mark, DeSmith comes up with a save on Forsberg. Then I want you to listen to a couple of names here for the Predators down the stretch. 13:21, it's DeSmith coming up with a save on Tommy Novak at 16:29 of the third period. Lankinen coming up with the save on Bosser as Vancouver brought the puck in the zone for one of the few times in the final 10 minutes of the period. 17-17 of the third. It's DeSmith coming with a save on Luke Evangelista. At 18:55, it's DeSmith coming with a save on Juuso Parson. And at 19:48 of the third period, it's Glass getting his first goal of the season. It was Cole Smith with the setup off the half wall and the finish by Glass from the slot. First of all, great to see Glass up and healthy and in the game, but also great to see him still jamming away and grinding up until the very final seconds of this game. With 12 seconds to go in a blowout game, there's Glass getting his first goal of the season. There wasn't a lot to celebrate, so there wasn't a celebration. Very, very muted. But congratulations to Glass picking up his first goal of the season. Breaking through like that is a big moment, even if it occurs during the course of a blowout. So the Preds, down the stretch, Andrew Brunette gives their young players some good ice time. They get some good shifts. They generate some offense, and Vancouver Canucks close this thing out. It's a 5-2 final in favor of the Vancouver Canucks. They outshoot the Nashville Predators 35-28. And for the season series, and it's something we'll go into a little bit more with the numbers, they sweep the season series. The Vancouver Canucks sweep the Nashville Predators 3-0 in the season series. And then tonight's final 5-2. That means they outscore the Nashville Predators 13-6 on the season. Is that right? Yeah, 13-6 on the season. Predators average only 2 games per game against the Vancouver Canucks this season. 2 early in the season, 1 later on when the Preds got things rolling, but this was not a game where the Preds got things rolling. UC Saros, the last 10 games, incredible. This game, there wasn't much he could do. There wasn't much the Nashville Predators could do. The Preds were beaten by a team that was better than them on the rink tonight. They were beaten all 3 times this season by a team that's better than them. The Vancouver Canucks play the style that the Nashville Predators are looking to play moving forward. It's been a learning curve all season long going up against the Vancouver Canucks. They've fell 3-2 at Bridgestone Arena back on October the 24th, and then they fell 5-2 on the 31st of October, and now they fall again 5-2 in this game. That's a tough one for the Nashville Predators. They've really been hot as of late, but the Vancouver Canucks have been hot all season long. For the Canucks, their 22nd win of the season. Now listen, that's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. You gave us 10 minutes, and we gave you the entire game. All the goals, all the penalties, all the big moments that happened, we gave it to you right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. Analysis, box score, and so much more coming up after these short messages. Please stay tuned.